If you cannot connect and talk about real deep shit, then why waste your time hanging around these people? Hey guys, it's Davey here, and it's currently day 198. I hope you guys had an amazing day, and I do hope you guys are doing better than yesterday. But today, I want to talk about how can you cultivate meaningful friendship. Now, if you're like me as an introvert who feels disassociated with the outside world, then you probably never had that many friends. And the handful of friends you do have are somewhat a reflection of who you are. But it never had to be that way. And I want to share with you things you are missing out that are costing you meaningful friendships. But before we start, let's bring this back all the way to high school. Now, picture this. I want you to picture this. I was an Asian kid who was much bigger in size and weight than everyone else around me. I didn't take care of myself or kept the basic hygiene in check. I wore glasses that were a bit too small for my chubby face and wear shirts that would drop down like a dress, covering my knees. I was as of a shy, unconfident kid as anyone would be if they got picked on throughout their life. And that destroyed my self esteem. Although I had some good friends at school, I never had the chance to form deeper, meaningful relationship with any. As back then, my parents would move places often due to their renting and work requirements. Therefore, I had to move schools every single year, which you could imagine I never really had the chance to build that bond with the friends I made. And you guys know how awkward it is going to a new school as the new kid. And I had to experience that same awkwardness year in and year out. My teacher will put me up in front of the whole class just to introduce myself. Yep, that was me. In spite of all the frequent moves, I never had the chance to redeem my self confidence. Everywhere I go, I kept my head down and looked away when the girls approached me, kept quiet around the boys who I thought made fun of me. My attempts to make friends were kept to a minimum, as every time I built up the courage to start a conversation, I would have ended it in my head before I even started it. I always thought that I'm not good enough to be their friend, or I thought who would want to be friends with a fat, nerdy Asian kid who doesn't even wash himself properly? I spent majority of my efforts to think of excuses and reasons for me not to try and make friends because I didn't want to be rejected more than I already am. I was a shy kid who would sit throughout the entire year by himself unless someone approached me first. But even then, I thought of every reason that this person was just trying to make another joke out of me than wanting to be my friend. But that just didn't have to be it. I know for a fact that I can be someone else, someone better who is deserving of friends. And that all changed when I stopped caring so much to what others think of me. And trust me, it's easier said than done because over many years of thinking that you are not good enough for anyone to people who would be lucky to have you as a friend, that takes a long time and many, many, many positive experiences to reshape that belief of ourselves. But the thing to wrap your head around here is that everybody actually has insecurities too, and that they are playing a character to hide their flaws from everyone else too. So the next time when somebody turns you down around their friends, go approach them. Go approach them when they are by themselves. And I would guarantee that they'll become a whole different person. A person who may not be a total dick after all. See, you are not alone here. Everyone cares how they are judged, and some will never stop caring, which is what eventually holds them down. So get over this quickly. Get over others quickly so you can be free to express yourself. Also, nobody is expecting you to live up to their expectations. So don't talk yourself out of making friends just because you think they are out of your league. You're not that kid. Nobody expects you to be the best because that has nothing to do with making meaningful friends. You are you, who has a uniqueness that has a place in everyone's life. People don't make friends with themselves, as if you don't know already, most people actually hates themselves the most. So they seek someone different, someone to offer their unique qualities to make their life better. That is a meaningful friend. It's okay to have bad habits, weird routines, and odd humor because it's this difference that attracts true friends. It's by being authentic that makes meaningful friends. But speaking of authentic, My life and my understanding of myself had totally changed for the better when I was just being myself. It was simply this discovery that made my life so much more happy. But I know you think that you have to be someone else to impress this someone or to be a part of something. But I don't blame you because I played this game to be someone I'm not for a period of my life. And because it worked, so heck, why not, right? But it didn't last, and that is the problem. Because I soon realized that all the friends I thought I had were never there for me when shit got real. When I became myself, nobody stayed. So don't be a fool and act as someone you're not because you will be miserable. You will never find the humor funny and you cannot connect with such people. So if you cannot connect and talk about real deep shit, then why waste your time hanging around these people? This is something I never told myself, and quite frankly, I really should have because I would have saved myself a lot of embarrassment and time spent wisely to make some actual meaningful connections. The most issue I see people make, and myself included, is having a hard time to say no. Now, the most issues I see people make, and myself included, is having a hard time setting boundaries. Now, this is a must, and better to have it established in the beginning, because having strong boundaries is what vents out fake friends and keeps long friends for a long time. But believe me, I know how difficult it is to say no. As an introvert, as someone who is nice, I was so afraid to say no that I would put it off for the longest I could. Even if it's just saying no to the simplest thing like, actually, I don't like this workout movement. Can we change? Even just by saying this, I used to be balls scared to reject people. So I would agree. I would agree at the expense of my own time and energy just so I don't have to reject someone. I was the nice guy. I did this because I understood how shitty it felt to be rejected, as I had been for the longest. But when you don't set boundaries, when you don't express your ideas and feelings, it actually becomes counterproductive. Not saying no will hurt everyone in the end more. Not only did they realize that you had been untruthful this whole time, but you also endured months of their bullshit when it could all be avoided in the beginning by establishing your boundaries. So, with all that is said today and all that I had learned over the years, I could say making friends is still a challenge. I like you, I still have to put in more reps to further understand myself and others. But what I could say is, after I stopped caring about the opinions of others, when I was free to be my authentic self, life became lighter for me to walk. I managed to now walk with my head up, look people in the eye, and just smile, just to enjoy my day because I wasn't worried about how others would care about me. I wasn't worried about what others were thinking of me because that all changed with how I saw the situation. And of course, that eventually changed with some positive experiences. But that didn't happen if I still kept thinking that I was this short, fat, overweight, ugly, smelly Asian kid who was this involved with everyone. I had to be a part, but be a part of myself. Because in the end, I realized I was the one who brought the shame on myself. Therefore, I was the one to take it away. But this is all I gotta say for today. I hope you guys had learned something from this. But if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, good night.